She murmured it as if it were insignificant. Not here. Move to the visitor area. Her breath softly brushed my cheek, unruffled as usual, as if she wasn't fragmenting me amidst 100 spectators. I stood still, one hand resting on the chair I had thought was mine for hours. Then she spun around, smiling at her affluent ex. "You deserve this seat more." He smirked, effortlessly settling beside her as if it were a practiced act. Her family laughed, sharing a secret joke that excluded me. "Yours?" They remained quiet, as if instructed. I looked at her one last time. She didn't flinch. It was then the realization dawned on me. I smoothed my suit, readjusted the cufflinks she had gifted me during Christmas. Then I acknowledged with a nod and said, "Continue." I exited the aisle like someone departing from a premature meeting. Yet, I wasn't leaving. I was entering the role I had been planning for weeks. I encountered her at a difficult time. My business was on the brink of collapse, and she appeared as if she were a lifebuoy, self-assured, witty, relentless. She claimed she believed in constructing empires together. I trusted her. We began modestly, sharing a rented apartment, pooling our savings, and eating late-night ramen as we crafted business plans. She maintained a constant smile throughout, and I thought to myself, this is the real deal. Then, our company took off at an astonishing pace. As a result, we no longer shared expenses. Instead, we were purchasing a townhouse, upgrading cars, and attending charity galas in the front row. Her concept catapulted me into the limelight. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, she began to vanish. Late returns, cryptic messages, a smile that didn't quite touch her eyes. I inquired once, but she dismissed my concerns as paranoia, suggesting I was recalling old wounds. Perhaps I was, but something was decaying beneath the surface. I could sense it in the silence between our laughter. Then came the prenuptial agreement. She demanded it, claimed it was merely for protection. However, it wasn't reciprocal, just her terms, her lawyer, her figures. I signed it. Love makes you do such things. Love. And the delusion that we were still on the same team. 3 weeks before the wedding, I received an email from an anonymous address. It contained no subject and only screenshots. 6 months of correspondence with an ex. Dates, times, hotel bookings, and photos, though somewhat blurry. Added was a voice memo, her voice, filled with laughter. She seemed to have him under her control, so much that she might shake your hand at the altar without a fuss. She didn't make a scene or cry. Instead, she fixated on the screen until the battery ran out. After charging it, she played the recording repeatedly, and with each listen, her heart grew quieter. Instead of confronting her, she feigned cooperation, attending tastings, meetings with florists and planners, and family gatherings. However, a sense of calmness enveloped her, like the stillness at the heart of a storm. She didn't seek justice. Rather, she craved accuracy. First, she met privately with her attorney to discuss revising their prenuptial agreement. The lawyer was instructed to include hidden clauses within the legalese. Any evidence presented prior to the wedding can be used in a subsequent, retroactive hearing. 3 days prior to the event, she had signed the documents, beaming. Subsequently, I reached out to her ex's company's HR department, submitting certain screenshots, not originating from my personal account, but rather a disposable email. The firm had stringent policies regarding relationships that could compromise professional integrity, particularly those involving investors' spouses. I cashed out the following day, discreetly. This move resulted in a substantial financial loss for them. I ensured the wedding photographer was given specific instructions to capture everything on audio and maintain a documentary feel. The venue was leased under my limited liability company, LLC. The caterers were paid in full by me, but with an agreement that they could cancel their services at my signal. The same terms applied to the DJ. I extended invitations to the media, not as journalists, but as guests. I informed them of a significant event taking place. They arrived, cameras concealed within their handbags, dressed to impress. I patiently waited, and then she announced that I should take my seat in the guest area. Exiting the ceremony, I turned a corner and entered the coordinator's office, signaling my intention. Music interrupted during a chorus. Buffett's staff commenced silent cleanup. Cameras altered focus. I reappeared after 5 minutes. Everyone remained in their original positions. Puzzled whispers spreading among the crowd. I climbed onto the small altar meant for our vows. Grabbed the microphone. thanked everyone for attending. However, there had been a change of plans. She stood up. What are you doing? Completing what? I initiated. Then I signaled the screen. The projector illuminated. Photographs, screenshots, voice recordings synchronizing to a soothing piano melody. The audience gasped. Her parents paled. Her ex appeared partially ready to flee. I smiled. This was never a wedding. It was a disclosure. She lunged at me. You're insane. I offered her a file. Your voided prenup. Leave with what you brought. Then I addressed her ex. Oh, and HR will be contacting you Monday. About conduct issues. You comprehend, correct? He retreated. I motioned to the journalists. Allow them to inquire. The truth should be recorded. Exited again. This time, for better or worse, she trailed after me outside, her heels clicking. You destroyed everything. I protested, pulling open my car door. That was your doing, not mine. I merely provided a platform. She remained silent. So I moved closer, composed. Betrayal is an art form, but so is retribution. It seems you've forgotten with whom you were dealing. And I drove away. Meanwhile, the edifice she had constructed on falsehoods began to crumble behind me. They say revenge leaves one empty. Yet, emptiness can feel serene when the clamor subsides. She anticipated my collapse, my pleas. That love weakened me, but I never desired her witness to my victory. I only wanted her to realize she had lost. Each move I made was a reflection. She saw herself reflected, and it terrified her. Now I rest peacefully. No anger lingers. No regrets remain. Only tranquility prevails. For I didn't ruin the wedding. Instead, I exposed it. And that seat she relinquished? It remains unoccupied, exactly as it should be.